If you're an insurance professional, IncomeMax simplifies your survivor needs analysis by allowing you to quickly capture client needs and financial resources, position products such as life insurance, disability, long-term care, and annuities, and most importantly, help get your clients to making a decision. How does IncomeMax do this? Here's the application, and I have the survivor needs page clicked. What we're capturing here are expenses and debts, income replacement, survivor assets, and that helps us come up with a set of results. So the one-time expenses are funeral, final, college expenses if they exist, and then of course things like mortgages, maybe car loans. This is a summary view, and if you want to change any of this data, you use the pencil icon. So let's take a look at the income replacement section. Here we've got a bereavement period saying that if Todd dies, how long is Sylvia, or what will Sylvia's wages be during the first year, while kids are at home, after kids leave but before retirement. And then of course we're asking the question of how much does the household need to run? How much income is required to run this household? While the kids are at home, we've specified $75,000. Once the kids leave, and again before retirement, it's $60,000, and then during retirement, $50,000. The client gets to decide how long they're providing income replacement for. We've got some very common choices right here. If it's not one you want, hit user defined, and then you can enter a number of years manually. Save that. Last we have is the survivor assets here. So what this is saying is if Todd dies, he had a life insurance policy for $250,000. That money won't all be used up right away. How much is the leftover money going to earn? We specified 5%, and it says we are getting $160,000 from another source. That might not be terribly common, but we're modeling it here. Again, if you want to change those values, you hit the pencil icon, and you're able to make the changes there. Once those are done, we can take a look at the results. So we have total needs. A graph is greater than the resources bar. So already we know this client needs more life insurance. So let's hit the pencil icon and take a look at what's going on in there. This is the key number you need to focus on, $452,000. That's the amount of additional life insurance that they need. How did we come up with that? Well, we added up the total needs here, which comprise these four numbers below it, subtracted off the resources that we already have. That comprises these four numbers below it, and that's how we come up with additional capital required. This number down here just shows you a nice little ratio of how much of their need is already being covered. From this screen, we also can show some graphs, namely immediate needs, what's income replacement doing, what does that look like, and then the real details are kind of sitting here in this cash flow ledger showing each year as it goes by. And you can print a report using the printer icon right here, and the survivor report looks like this. This is what you'll print and provide to your client. So essentially it's just showing basically the same information that we just went over inside the application. This is just printed out in a nice form. And you can see it's a 9-page report, mainly because we have two people in this case. We have what if Todd dies, and then what if Sylvia dies. So that's why it ends up being 9 pages. One of the differentiators in IncomeMax versus other applications is this area right here called auditing, and each of the areas has it. Auditing is basically allows you to create a hold harmless agreement. And what that's saying is if you recommend $750,000 for your client, they end up saying they can't afford it, they're only going to go with $500,000, it would be a good idea to record that or document that here. Once you've got it, hit update and that saves it. That allows you to then use scroll down, the printer icon to generate this report. Okay, so we take some data right out of the application, namely those lines. From here down, this is all the text. Any text that you enter will appear right there. And most important is we give you areas to have the client sign it and acknowledge they're not doing what you are recommending that they do. This is very powerful in that if a few years goes by, unfortunately Todd dies, they didn't have enough life insurance. Sylvia, it doesn't have a lot of recourse to go back and bring any litigation against you because you didn't make the right decision. You did make the right recommendation. She chose to decline it, or they chose it, I guess, at that point. So that's a very important area. This has been a very quick overview of survivor needs. I hope you'll take a look at other videos that we have on the site, and thank you for your time.